Good afternoon, and thank you for having me here. Very difficult to hold your attention just before the lunch break because you will be looking forward for the lunch you have earned by sitting through the morning sessions. And it is even more difficult to talk after the distinguished panelists and speakers in the morning. But let me try to do my best. I don't have a PowerPoint presentation, but I have my notes and I will bank on that. So first, let me give you a flavor of TN economy. You already have heard about 11.2% growth on real term for last year and 16% on nominal term for 24-25. But more than these numbers, first let me compare Tamil Nadu, because in present day world, we are more interconnected. So it is not only that India is competing, that competition is there among states, but when we see from the growth and investment point of view, it is a kind of international competition. And therefore, it is better to see this perspective in the form of looking at our own state economies and comparing with comparable international economies and how they are doing, how they have evolved to reach that stage. So some data points. We have a population which is around 90% of Germany. Why I have taken Germany is that, again, Tamil Nadu is known for manufacturing, and we know that how Germany has evolved in manufacturing, notwithstanding the similarity going to the auto sector. So if you look at Germany's GDP and Tamil Nadu's GSDP, we are on purchasing power parity basis. Germany is around 3.5x of Tamil Nadu. Maybe a news for some of you, but it is not, the gap is not so wide. It is only 3.5x because on PPP basis, Tamil Nadu will clock around 1.7 trillion today because India is, as per the latest IMF figure, is about 17 trillion on PPP basis, and 9 to 10% of that is Tamil Nadu. And then convert it into German GDP, which is 5 trillion on nominal, but around 6 trillion for PPP basis. So 3.5x, and that gives us a challenge or a goal when we talk about a developed India and when we talk about the 1 trillion economy dream for Tamil Nadu. It gives us a challenge which is quite achievable, that in the coming decade, in 10 years, or maybe in 12 years, can we be comparable with German economy? The second one is on the size, which is geography of Tamil Nadu is almost equal to the geography of Greece. Why I am giving you these examples, that it is giving us a flavor that on so many parameters we can compete and compare ourselves with developed economy. And that is what states are looking at in collaboration and in competition to make India a developed economy. And the last point is on the GSDP. Again, if I take the nominal and PPP. So first, let me take the nominal. You will be very surprised to know that we are equal to or very close to or may have exceeded now with maybe 25, 26 number with Portugal and Finland. Tamil Nadu GSDP is more than Portugal and Finland in nominal terms. We are almost near to Czech Republic, and you will be surprised to know that maybe in a couple of years, we will be crossing Hong Kong and Romania. On PPP basis, further surprise that on GSDP, we are kind of in comparison with Netherlands, and we are almost par with Malaysia, because we look at the neighbors thing also, that Southeast Asia is much more developed and in terms of prosperity and economy. So why I'm telling you all these things is to put things in perspective, that what Tamil Nadu economy looks like from looking within the country. But if I take Tamil Nadu at the international pedestal, then how Tamil Nadu economy should look like, and therefore what kind of policies or future goals should be there for Tamil Nadu. Now, how we are doing this is another point. So the engine of growth in Tamil Nadu is, of course, all of you know, is the manufacturing. And the last year number is 14.7% for manufacturing. Services not doing pretty bad, but trying to catch up with manufacturing. We grew at around 11.2%. 3%. Now, one interesting thing here I want to share with you is if you look at the Indian proportion of global GDP and the delta of the growth in global GDP contributed by India, it is a pride to say that we may be around 3.5% of global GDP, but the delta of growth contributed by India is around 15 to 18%, varying between years in the recent past. So a 3.5% economy contributing 15 to 16% of the delta growth in the global GDP. And very surprisingly, the same thing is happening within India. That Tamil Nadu is contributing something around 15 to 20% of the country's growth of over last 3-4 years, year after year. On next stage that, okay, what should be the goal? We are looking at, again, a developed India, developed Tamil Nadu thing. The timing or the phasing will be different. The country's goal, 2047. I think for Tamil Nadu, we are looking at goal in the next 10 years. For two reasons, that we are starting with a high base on per capita income. So maybe we will be around $5,000 per capita. And if I take the World Bank figure for the developed countries' status, currently it may be 14,000, roughly around $14,000 per capita. Maybe in 10 years' time with dollar adjustment, it can be $16,000 per capita. So again, it is a 3x kind of jump for Tamil Nadu, which is quite possible to achieve in the next 10 years, which is 7 years, doubling the economy, which we have shown in the last 2 cycles, that every 7 years we are doubling our economy. And therefore, it is quite possible that when we meet again in 2034, 35 sometime, Tamil Nadu will be able to cross that threshold, either in the current price of dollar terms at $14,000 or at that point of time, maybe $16,000 per capita. Now, these are the goals for which we are setting in. Now, why we are confident about these goals and why we are saying that, okay, these things are possible for economy like Tamil Nadu? I will give you some indicators that what we have done good over the last years and why we are so confident about doing these things. You look at both social and economic parameters, and I will reel out some numbers for you. Like you look at IMR, again on the social side. It is around 12 for Tamil Nadu, which is much better than the country's average of 28. We are number 3 actually in IMR in the country. MMR, we are at 54 against the country's average of 97. Lowest dimension, multidimensional poverty, because this was recently released, and Tamil Nadu is put into something around 1.4%, which is, again, it is showing that we have done good on the social sector. Therefore, we have achieved these numbers. Gross enrollment ratio, it was being talked about in one of the previous sessions. The official figure is 47%, whereas national average is around 28%. Now, here there is a catch that though official figure is 47%, but our internal, when we discuss these things and do the number crunching, in fact, it has already reached around 70 to 75%. So if you look at currently the birth rate, like in Tamil Nadu, that every year around 8.5 lakh, 9 lakh birth is taking place. And if you see the people coming out of class 12 in the Tamil Nadu system, it is almost the same number, 8 lakhs number if I add the state board and CBSE. And then if I correlate with the first year students, which are post 12, this number is also incidentally coming around 7 to 8 lakhs. But then I have to go backward and see what was that number 12 years back, because those people are coming now. So that time the birth rate was about 12 lakh for Tamil Nadu. So out of 12 lakh, Tamil Nadu is able to capture 7.5 to 8 lakhs at the enrollment level at the higher education. And that is why I am saying that it is something in the range of 75%. We need to thrash out this data, and that gives us confidence that yes, we are going to have good resources, good human resources to contribute to the growing economy. How we have achieved this is, again, very interesting data point is I just added that what Tamil Nadu has spent in last 30 years on health and education. And this number is very surprising that if I add health and education expenditure number for Tamil Nadu, it is equal to 90% of the present outstanding debt for Tamil Nadu. So almost when we say that the capital expenditure oriented economy and we must have more of capital expenditure and most of the fiscal deficit should be used for capex. Here is a state which in all probability in all those years the education and health expenditure in our conventional accounting system would have been captured in the revenue expenditure and it would have shown that revenue deficit is up. But look at the outcome of those investments, that if 90% of the current debt was used for health and education, you see the result and outcome maybe after one generation, that 12 years, or maybe two generations in 25 years. And that is what it gives lead for Tamil Nadu to do that. You look at doctors' population in Tamil Nadu, which is almost equal to China, that is 19.3 for 10,000 population. And we have 71 medical colleges and more than 2,300 what you call PHCs. Now, some of the economic parameters and numbers. This is on, we are export-driven economy. Tamil Nadu is export-driven economy, doing pretty good in exports, diversifying, new areas coming up. So there was an export preparedness index prepared for the country, and we are number 2 in the country on export preparedness index. Then if you take the export numbers, that what percentage of countries' mercantile exports we are doing, Tamil Nadu is doing. It is again very surprising. We are doing, if I remove non-petroleum, non-gems and jewelries, this year we are doing around 16%. And it is showing a rising trend. From in the last 4 years, we have picked up from 12% to 16%. So in all probability, by end of 25, 26 or 26, 27, it will be something of the order of 20%, which is a huge, huge jump thanks to the electronic manufacturing. How we have achieved, how we have put the resources, again, this is very interesting data point, is the credit deposit ratio in the banks. Now, Tamil Nadu is historically has enjoyed, like for developing and developed economy, we say that the world is saving for the consumption of United States. In this case, what you are seeing is Tamil Nadu credit deposit ratio is more than 100%. It is almost 120%. So this shows that we are good in leveraging the existing financial resources. Another interesting data point is on the rural credit or agricultural credit. It is almost equal to what is happening in primary sector in Tamil Nadu. It is more than 3 lakh crores and we are about 10% primary sector contribution in Tamil Nadu economy. So you can see that what kind of credit access or leveraging or consumption is going on thanks to having this financial inclusion at the grassroots level, which is not seen generally in a developing economy. Number of colleges I will not talk about because my minister has already mentioned to that what kind of people are coming out of it. Another data point here is very interesting, which is helping Tamil Nadu in grow, because we know that urban centers are the engines of growth. And in Tamil Nadu, if I add the peri-urban area, not the classical defined urban areas, we are 60%, almost 56 to 60% urbanized, and it is still growing. So that gives us again a very good lead from compared to the country's average. Other 2 data points which Minister has talked about is the female labor force participation. That 42% of Indian female workers in factory, they are in Tamil Nadu. And the female labor force participation rate is almost touching 50%. It is, to be precise, it is around 49.3%. So we are making that productive use of the human resources compared to other states. 3 data points again on number of factories. We are number 1 in India in number of factories. We have highest numbers of operational SEZs. And very interesting, we are generally, as a country, we are not treated as a knowledge economy or innovation. Tamil Nadu is number 1 in number of patents filed in the country. Tamil Nadu is the number 1 state. Now, let us talk something about resilience. Okay, fine, all these things are there, but with so much uncertainty, everything is in flux. No one knows what will happen next day or next weekend. Some announcements here and there, and then something will crash. Some orders will get cancelled. We have shown that resilience in the form of working on our core strength as well as diversifying. So just to give you again another data point, between 21 22 to 24-25, the average GSDP growth for Tamil Nadu is, in the real term, is 8.6%. And 8.6% in the present world with uncertainty, where the global world average will be around 2%. And at the country level, we are growing at around 7%, 7.5%. It's a good lead. So for a leader to maintain the average above the national average, it is another challenge. But we have shown that we have this resilience, and particularly in secondary and export sector, these numbers are again very heartening. That secondary sector, we have done 9.6% in the last 4 years average, helped by, again, construction 10%, manufacturing 9.4%, and utilities 12.1%. So these numbers show that Tamil Nadu has entered into a typical sense. We hear a lot about resilience, but these data, with the performance of 4 years, it shows that we are a resilient economy. And icing on the cake is the doubling of exports, that we moved up from 26 billion in 2021. Last year, we clocked 52 billion. And 52 billion, we are very sure that by 2030, we will be able to further double it, and we will be able to have mercantile exports of almost 100 billion. How are we doing that? How? Because again, Tamil Nadu is known as a social welfare state, so few people are always in a kind of dilemma that, okay, if you are investing so much on the social sector, how the economy is doing good, why the growth is so high, particularly on secondary and tertiary sector. So just to tell you, the force multiplier here is the horizontal expansion. Tamil Nadu, again, you will be surprised to know that every district in Tamil Nadu today is covered under either one or more industrial corridor projects. Every district. Any industrial estate you pick up, you will have maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centers of those engines of growth. But in the last few years, Tamil Nadu has invested heavily in creating those industrial parks, giving this plug and play model, and attracting industry to come and start operating very, very, very quickly. Again, horizontal distribution, if you look at the income level is not concentrated so much. We all know that, let us take for example that any state with a metro city, if you move out that metro city, then the average income for that state will fall down significantly because it is concentrated in a particular area. In Tamil Nadu, again, 2 interesting data points. Not only Chennai, 8 districts of Tamil Nadu have their average per capita income higher than Tamil Nadu average. So it is, in that sense, it is not one pillar, but these pillars are across. And another data point is very interesting, that of all 38 districts in Tamil Nadu, in fact, 32 districts, only 6 districts are below national average on per capita income. So it's a very good indication that income or economic activity is not getting concentrated in one particular area, which has its own problem of capacity constraint, infrastructure constraint, loading, unloading, and all these things. How we have managed to attract all these, that throughout the state and all, I will not read those policies, but yes, just last night before, when I was told last evening that I have to give a talk on this topic for 15 minutes, I just started looking at the number of policies that which Tamil Nadu has. So I have jotted down, there are at least 25 very interesting policies in public domain in Tamil Nadu, which is giving very clear-cut idea to the industry that if they come in Tamil Nadu, all these things are there, and some of them are industrial policy, R&D policy, startup and innovation policy, deep tech startup policy, electronic hardware manufacturing policy, e-vehicle policy, fintech policy, cyber security policy, data center policy, data sharing policy, MSME, aerospace, defense industrial policy, blockchain policy, safe and ethical AI policy, logistics policy and integrated logistics plan, life sciences promotion policies, circular economy policy, which is the latest in 2026, space industrial policy, which we came out last year, semiconductor and advanced electronic policy, toy manufacturing policy, organic farming policy, AVGC XR policy, which is in making, maybe in a couple of weeks we will be able to come out, footwear and leather products policy, tourism policy, and ethanol blending policy. So these are some of the things, though I have not listed everything, but you can imagine that the spectrum of this thing, that it is not that we are very good in a particular sector and therefore we are harping on textile, leather and automobile. You can see the diversification, and that is how the resilience has come. Now let me touch upon, as IT Secretary for Tamil Nadu, that what are we doing? We are, in true sense, we are doing democratization of innovation. The challenge before me as IT Secretary in Tamil Nadu is, how can I ensure that any innovator who has an idea and want to touch to an incubation center to move from, let us say, TRL 0 to TRL 5, TRL 6 or TRL 7 is getting the necessary infrastructure. What we have done, we have followed an hub and spoke model, and that ensures that any innovator from any part of Tamil Nadu, if he or she just drives for 2 hours, travels for 2 hours, will hit an infrastructure which is Chennai level infrastructure for incubation center for deep tech startups. And we already have a few centers apart from Chennai. These are working at Coimbatore, Madurai and Trichy, and we are in the process of coming up 3-4 more such centers on this hub and spoke model. What we are doing is end-to-end hand-holding for these innovators and startups, that they are not only coming with ideas, but we are giving them the legal support to prepare their filing of IPR application. We are also giving them the benefit of interaction with the venture capital fund as they are pitching, because we are not so much into giving the seed fund ourselves from the government side. We are giving them the best design facility, because some of the innovators, they will have the good idea, but they will not be able to put it in design. So we are giving them the voucher and the support of the best of the design institutes to get their product designed. Then we are giving them the data infrastructure voucher, which they can use for compute and in anywhere they want to use in the cloud system. And also, what I am trying to say is that this is how the democratization of innovation is taking place, and that is how the minister has informed that we have gone 6x up in number of startups. We are trying to bring 4 I's. I always say that these 4 I's are very good for a knowledge economy, because we have to move from a service-driven economy to product-driven economy to have the value capture. And these 4 I's we are trying to bring together, which are innovators, industries, investors, and institutions. As government, our role is to bring all these 4 together. And if you read the latest release, that in January we have released our deep tech startup policy, it clearly shows the roles of everyone, and we are not trying to duplicate things. We have even listed out what kind of policy benefits are already available to the startups or the young entrepreneur in different policies, not only in Tamil Nadu, but even at the national level, and how they can use it. Another example is the evidence-based policy making through the information channel. I just want to give you 2-3 examples that we have family database, so we know which family is getting how many benefits. We can check about the exclusion errors in the individual beneficiary schemes. We can also look at the tax collection system, where we triangulate. We did this exercise and the triangulation on this GST number, the local bodies licenses, and the electricity board data. It turned out to be a fantastic exercise, where the revenue, without changing the rates and all, the revenue of local bodies would have gone up by almost 500 crore per annum, just by avoiding those leakages. And it was fully supported by industries, because they were also helping us, because 90 to 95% of the industry were also feeling that why 5% people who are not compliant will go away with this benefit. Last thing which I will see that, okay, what we are looking at going forward, we are massively looking at skilling and reskilling, because we know that ultimately that this is the challenge for making our people employable. So what in government of Tamil Nadu, what we are doing is we are working closely with industry, and we are requesting industry to design the curriculum or the course certificates which are outside the traditional curriculum, because we know the handicap in every time if you want to change the curriculum at the college level or school level, it is difficult. So we are putting some extra load depending on the interest of the students and asking the industry to design those course certificates. So the industry, they design the curriculum, they have the testing mechanism, and they give the certificates. From our side, we provide the facilities, physical infrastructure, and we allow our faculties to get those course certification. And in turn, these faculties who are trained by industry, they come and take classes and train in turn to 50 to 100 students on the upcoming, what is the industrial need and this thing. Last two things, what I think is very important for not only for Tamil Nadu but for the country also is on the future. Let me take a couple of minutes to explain this. We have been traditionally in value capture, Y2K or .com boom. We were happy by retaining 15 to 20% of the value chain. We will not be able to grow consistently at 8 and plus with this approach. So we have to move from services to product-based economy. And for that, I will give you one example that how country has shown that we can do that, but we need to work in that direction. All of us know that we are very less endowed for crude and crude products. So 85 to 90% we import crude. But we have never read that we are importing the petroleum products processed, in the sense the diesel and petrol. So what country has done over the years, that we had this processing facility, and in fact we are the net exporters of the processed petroleum products. Just the opposite is happening in the data sector. India is consuming almost around 20 to 25% of the global data. We have only 1.5 to 2% of the global data center capacity, and maybe even less on the processing capacity. So what in turn is happening, that though we are, in this case, we are surplus in crude, but we are deficit, we are importing the processed product which is based on this data, if we say, because a lot of people, they use this phrase that data is the new oil. So we are exporting this data and in turn importing the processed product which is very high cost, prepared by our own people, not only providing data, but even the HR is Indian and even in Tamil Nadu. But we end up importing those products with high royalty and high cost. So industry has to change this mindset, and for that, whatever is needed to be done by the government should do that. So this is one example which is necessary for country to move into developed economy state. And I can tell you, since we are capital scarce economy, this itself gives you 4x, 3x to 4x jump in the productivity, because from 15 to 20% value capture, we can aspire to do 70 to 80% value capture. And the last point is again on the horizontal side, that many of you may be from the financial background. We should not be happy with a single A rating, and we should aspire for, I always say, triple A rating. And this triple A rating is not that financial rating. I call these triple A's are availability, accessibility, and affordability. So the country has, and Tamil Nadu also has to work that in the form of, when we say social infrastructure, physical infrastructure, digital infrastructure, and financial infrastructure, we have to aspire for the triple A rating. That is availability. Mere availability is not enough. It has to be accessible. Not only it has to be accessible, it has to be affordable. And country has shown that when we come to the new technology, we can show that we are accessible and affordable. In the telecom sector, we have shown that. So therefore, with this, I will end my talk. I know I have taken a little bit more time, but for understanding this thing, it is a very bland talk on data. I don't know whether I was able to make much sense out of this, but this is in nutshell. This is in 15 minutes, I can capture the Tamil Nadu story for the recent past and the design for the future. Thank you.